Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm asking YouTubers how to become successful content creators. And yeah, we're talking to a bunch of really popular YouTubers, asking how they run their business, how they go viral, as well as any advice that they have. Behind me is a 2019 Aston Martin Vantage. This thing is an absolute beast. I think it's one of the most beautiful cars on the road. That's 530 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time in just 4.4 seconds. Overall, I think the design on this car is just incredible. I've really wanted to drive this for a long time. And yeah, I'm super excited to drive it today. Every YouTuber we're talking to today is an expert content creator, and I know they're gonna have some incredible advice, so stay tuned for all their answers. Anyways, super excited to meet our guests. Let's go. What's your name, age, and what type of content do you make?
My name is Jack Tran. My name is Jake Tran, I'm 24 and I make documentaries on money, power, war, and crime.
So my name is Brandon William, my age is 22, and I make entertainment/fitness content.
I'm Rose and I'm 33 years old and I make personal finance and investing content.
My name is Jordan Welch, I'm 24 years old and documenting my journey of entrepreneurship.
My name is Marina Mogilko, known as Silicon Valley Girl or Lingua Marina on YouTube.
What type of content?
Business, education, lifestyle.
My name is Gabe Bolt, I'm 26 and I make personal finance videos.
How did you get started creating content?
I was just really excited about the FIRE movement, and I'd pretty much told all of my friends and family about it, and I ran out of people, so I started making content. And then a couple of them just started taking off, and kind of went forward from there. Just keeps evolving.
So I've been following a lot of YouTubers for so long, and I feel like their videos really just changed my life for the better. So I just really wanted to do the same, but I was very shy, way too scared to record a video. So I actually started doing these free meetups that were local in roomfuls of 5 to 20 people, and that finally gave me the confidence to record my first video.
So the first channel I built, I grew that to around probably 5K subs in 1 to 2 years, which is really bad. So I gave up on that, took a break from YouTube, went to college, got a job, quit, and then I started this channel right now. And it took me a year of growing it before I finally hit my first viral video, and that's when it started really taking off.
I first started with the app Vine, which is where you post 6-second videos.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my first start, and I was 13, 14 years old. I started creating content on YouTube just randomly, entertainment style, and eventually fitness took over. It just ended up getting the most views.
How do you come up with ideas?
I brainstorm with my team, and we just kind of go back and forth with ideas. We really just think of as many as possible, and we pick the ones that will, number one, get views, and number two, we will have the most fun doing. If we're not having fun with the video, we will not shoot it, no matter how viral it can be. Because people can tell if you're doing it just for content, or if you're actually enjoying what you're doing. So the biggest thing for me is if I'm having fun during the video, I will do it.
And that's always a struggle. There's no real easy way around it. It takes a lot of me sitting down at my desk and just staring at a blank page, writing out ideas, researching online until I find one that I like.
So most of my content, I just rely on my day-to-day life.
Okay.
And I try to find interesting things. But also, I get a lot of inspiration from other YouTubers. When I watch them, I'll be like, oh, I want to create a video on a similar topic about myself.
I will go and I'll sit down at least once a week, or at least once every other week, and just write down a bunch of ideas that come to my mind. We don't always do those ideas, but sometimes from that, we come up with our best ideas.
Tell me one content strategy that catapulted your channel.
There was a certain format that everybody was stuck with, and I think that the reason why my channel started to grow is because I started to apply more of the mainstream YouTube principles to the business YouTube field, and that hadn't really been done. That's where I feel like I've been able to grow my channel, is by bridging the gap.
I always like to have a lot of emotional shifts in videos, otherwise they can get very repetitive. So I'll really allow for a lot of emotion to show, and vulnerability too if that comes up. The highs and lows, I will always show that and allow for some shifts. So my biggest advice is add emotional shifts to your videos. Don't make it boring and repetitive.
I explain things in a way that doesn't make people feel bad about themselves. It's it's okay if you do these things, I do them too. This is what it looks like and this is how to do better. I think that human element of making you on their level, being very relatable, I realized that approach works really well.
Literally every YouTuber will just say, you just have to be consistent and eventually you'll blow up. The thing that will really catapult you is doing something inherently different. So it's just like any other business. You have to look at the landscape, look what people have already done, and come up with something that people haven't done yet, So you actually give viewers a reason to go to your channel versus someone else.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert, and how that affect your content creating?
Growing up, I was super introverted, super awkward, super shy. That never really got in the way of me wanting to be a YouTuber. I was never scared of being on camera just because I was so sold on the idea of being a YouTuber. I just wanted to be one so bad.
I love talking to people. I love being at conferences, connecting with everyone. But of course, I have moments when I want to be like, just me and my camera, right? Or like not talking to anyone. But I think I'm an extrovert.
Okay.
More than an introvert.
I am extremely introverted. It's weird because people see me in my videos and they think that like I talk a lot, and they see me in person, I don't really talk. But it's been like a really good outlet. It's like therapy for me to do it. Like if I don't make a video for a week, I start to like feel weird. So for me, it's very therapeutic to make videos, even as an extremely introverted person.
So if you guys have been watching these interview videos and you like the music and sound effects that we're using, then you should check out the sponsor of today's video, EpidemicSound. I'm super excited to partner with them on this video because I know this platform could really help out all of you guys that either make content or own a business with social media. If you guys didn't know, EpidemicSound has a growing library of 35,000 tracks and 90,000 sound effects, allowing you to have high quality sound design that will instantly improve your videos on social media. I really like how specific you can get with their search filters in order to find music and sound effects based on the mood, BPM, and genre of your video. And you can even download isolated files if you just want the drums, bass, or melody of the song, which is super useful for getting instrumentals. Even at this moment of the video, we're using specifically curated music and sound effects from the platform to make the video better for you guys. And I can confidently say it's one of the best investments I've made for my channel so far. Right now, they're offering my viewers a 30-day free trial through my link in the description. And the best part is that everything you post during your trial will stay copyright free, even if you cancel. So again, if you're interested in using EpidemicSound yourself, then be sure to click on the link in the description to sign up for the 30-day free trial. And now back to the interviews. So if you're starting your channel from scratch, what would you do?
I think it would be a little more focused and really think about who I'm making the video for. When I started, I was kind of just scattershotting things. So yeah, really thinking about who I'm making it for and then making videos specifically for that person.
Got it.
Would be really helpful.
I would first work some sort of job and save up not a lot of money, but a good amount of money that I can invest into equipment right away.
Okay.
One of the biggest mistakes I made was not investing in myself, not investing in equipment. Once you have every single piece of equipment you need to reduce the amount of friction that for creating content, then I would go hard. I would literally just dedicate my next week, month, year to just content YouTube, and then I would eventually start hiring a team as the revenue starts coming in.
Shorts. My Spanish Shorts channel grew to 100,000 subscribers in a month. I just received the award. It's just wild. And like my shorts, I do them in a way that I can do them in multiple languages. So I just document, like I just make B-rolls and I come home and I do a voiceover. So in this way, first of all, I don't have to be weird in public. And second, I can do voiceovers in multiple languages and other people can do like Spanish, Italian, German.
Is being a creator lucrative?
Yes. And I think it's like if you feel like you want to share, this is the best job you can ever have. Like all the energy that you're getting, feedback, and you get paid for it. So it's the best.
Absolutely. I think that for a long time when you start, it's not. But once it gets to that point where you are getting views and you are finding your format, I feel like it's one of the more lucrative jobs out there.
Yeah, I think it can be so lucrative because you're creating content online, which means you can make one video and reach basically billions of people at scale while you sleep forever. That is just mind-blowing to me. And this is where you can make millions, if not billions.
How much do you make?
So when I first started my career, I never thought I would get here, but around the third year mark, I hit 7 figures.
How do you monetize your channel?
I monetize mainly through on my online courses. I have basically never done a brand deal. I did one with Audible, but I just promote my online courses and a little bit of ad revenue, which isn't much because I'm not really playing the ad revenue, getting lots of views kind of game.
So my channel is monetized through AdSense, through my digital product, which is called Viral Vault. It's basically an all-in-one toolkit for anybody that wants to start their own Shopify store. The occasional brand deal, but really AdSense and my own digital product.
Biggest one is sponsor spots, where companies will pay me to put an ad inside my video. That's the biggest portion. Second biggest portion is YouTube AdSense. And then the third biggest portion is the YouTube membership, where next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. If you click that, you pay $5 a month for a private documentary that is too controversial to be posted publicly. So viewers like pay $5 a month and they get an extra private documentary every single month that I genuinely can't post publicly. So it's a win-win.
I've seen them, they're very good. What's the downside of becoming a YouTuber?
The only downside I see is that all the things you do, all your mistakes, stuff like that, is all public. Like, it stays on the internet forever. For some people, they just genuinely don't want any fame at all or any attention like that, which YouTube wouldn't be a good fit for them. If you're okay with that, if you want that, then go for it. You just have to know that, you know, everything you do is now public, cemented on the internet forever.
You're dependent on platforms and on their algorithm, so things change all the time. You have to adapt. It's hard to deal with hate, especially for me. Like, I grew up and, you know, I grew up without social media, and generally people were nice around me. And then you go out and millions of people see your videos and they start telling you about things that are wrong about you. I knew it's gonna happen, but I think I wasn't mentally ready for all of that, and it's a process.
The downside is that it takes over your headspace. Like, there's not a moment that you don't really think about YouTube. I think that's the biggest downside, is that it takes over your life, it takes over your brain, especially if you're like doing it full time and if you're passionate about it too, because you'll just only be thinking about YouTube. And it could be, you know, if you're trying to hang out with family, trying to like detach and like actually have fun, sometimes it can be hard because maybe you have a YouTube video you need to post, or you got to come up with the next idea because you don't know what you're going to shoot next. And it can really just take over your mind.
What does your current team look like?
My main camera guy, Blake, he helps like kind of plan, produce videos. Sometimes he takes out like some of the dead space from videos and edits a little bit. I also have a guy that animates, like does all my crazy animation. And then I have another camera guy, Derek. He just mainly shoots videos and kind of like helps with video ideas too. I'm going to work with a producer now. He's going to help kind of take the content to the next level in terms of planning and the creative aspect of it too.
I have a part-time video editor and I have a full-time virtual assistant, and she wears a lot of hats. Yeah, it's a very lean team. I don't like managing a lot of people, so I like it that way.
It's just me and my friend Teo. Teo is my shooter. He films everything. He also helps me come up with ideas. He also writes with me. And then I want to expand by having somebody that's more on like the producer, like manager type side.
What are some must-have tools or equipment?
Editing software, iPhone, microphone. Don't listen to anybody that tells you that you need to have an expensive camera and a crazy setup to start making videos.
I cannot live without frame.io. That's how I collaborate with my video editor and give him time-stamped feedback on what I want him to do differently in this edit and that timestamp. And I do all my thumbnails in Canva. YouTube doesn't have to be your only platform where you do your business. I think it's really important to create an email list so you own your relationship with your people. So I love ConvertKit for managing my email list. So those are probably the 3 tools I can't live without.
I like filming with, like, it's okay to film with your phone, but I'm gonna show you the cameras. Sony ZV-1. I think it's one of the best vlogging cameras. It's just your phone, like the battery dies right away if you start filming. So I always have this camera with me. And I think that's it really, a camera and a mic.
I mean, I think a good mic is extremely important. Like, I just use the Rode Pro for pretty much everything. A lens would be more important than the camera. Putting in more effort than the next guy is more important than equipment.
I use TubeBuddy for split testing. Really the only feature I use it for. Frame.io is really nice if you have other editors. You can leave feedback on like specific timestamps.
What's been one of your favorite collabs so far?
Going on Andrew Schultz's podcast Flagrant, that was like the most funnest podcast ever. They're super funny, down to earth, and they're just naturally funny. Like they were meant to be comedians.
If you could collab with one person, who would it be?
Kanye West. He's one of the smartest business minds in the world. He doesn't get enough credit for that. And creatively, he is, I feel like, the most creative guy in the world. You look at the music numbers, look at the fashion numbers, it just is uncomparable to almost anybody else. So if I could do a video with anybody, it would be Kanye West.
I think it would be fun to do something with Matt D'Avella, just because I've done some videos on him in the past.
What's the most you've ever spent on a YouTube video?
I've spent like, I think almost $10,000. That's like the most on a video. It was my trip to Scotland, where I trained with the world's strongest man. Ticket for myself, for my camera guy, hotel. So yeah, about around $10,000 is the most. But I've seen other creators spend, you know, $40,000, $50,000 on a video. It can really get up there.
Like $300. Generally, everything I do is like pretty much free.
$100,000. Well, okay. The video was I invested $100,000 during the market crash.
I remember that.
So was it spent on a video?
5K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your next steps and how are you going to expand your business?
I am actually slowing down.
Okay.
I'm posting 3 long videos a week because I have 3 channels and maybe 12 shorts,
Okay.
which is a lot. Having a schedule is the best thing you can have, but it doesn't have to be once a week. It can also be once in 2 weeks, but you focus on a video that has a 1 million view potential.
So I've got a really cool project coming up that I'm gonna launch in the next 1 to 2 months. I don't want to say too much, but it would be the first of its kind.
Oh.
I can say that pretty confident.
Okay.
We're expanding on TikTok and Facebook right now. Maybe launch a separate channel. Not finalized on that.
Okay.
I don't want to rush that.
I would love to be more of a lifestyle content creator rather than just a personal finance creator.
What's something you'd like to leave the audience with? People that want to be YouTubers.
Don't doubt the value that you have to give to the world. You might not think you're an expert or anything, but your story is a very unique story. Whether you're super successful or not, it doesn't matter. Like the things that you've overcome in your life, your background, it's so unique. There will never be anyone that has your story. So don't doubt yourself and just go for it.
My biggest piece of advice would be if you aren't getting rejected enough, you aren't playing big enough. If right now you're getting yeses all the time, you need to be asking bigger. You need to be asking bigger people, ask for those collabs, get more no's, man. Put yourself out there. Because if all you're getting is yeses, you're not really pushing the barrier, you're not pushing the boundary. So biggest advice, if you're not getting rejected, you're not playing big enough.
Do shorts. Shorts are like long videos in 2010. You can get in this year and be huge the next year.
Whoa.
Don't miss it.
Literally anyone can make videos. Anyone can press record on a camera, learn how to use the editing software. It's not that hard. So it's not the how. The how is all online. Like you can look up videos on how to edit, how to film, how to do lighting and whatever. You have to go deep into that. It's usually the why. If you're actually motivated enough, if you actually sell yourself enough on why you have to be a YouTuber no matter what, then you'll figure out the how and you actually do the how. So you really have to ask yourself like, why is YouTube the only possible route for you? If you really sell yourself on that, you'll do what it takes and you'll figure out the how. The how is like the easy part.
Most people give up really easily and really quickly. For me, if I posted 1 video every week for 4 years, and that's what helped become successful. So make a schedule that every whatever day it is, for me it's Monday, you're gonna post a video or you're gonna die, or you're gonna quit your channel if you ever miss one. And if you do that for a long enough period of time, you keep getting better, you're like guaranteed success.
Yeah, I would say you guys are in the right place. You're following Charlie. Everything that I learned that has made me my money today, I've learned from this platform.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you could say the same, like
Yeah.
YouTube has all the information that you need to become successful as an entrepreneur, YouTuber, fitness, whatever you want to do. So use it wisely as a tool. Okay, Charlie, before we wrap this up, we gotta let this thing rip one time.
All right,
let's do it.
There you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, everyone we talked to, I feel like we learned so much from them. They've all built really, really successful YouTube empires, and they're all kind enough to share their advice for aspiring content creators. I also thought it was super cool how they've been monetizing in different ways. And yeah, with YouTube, you're not just making money from Google or YouTube or whatever. There's so many different ways to monetize. You can get really creative with it. And I do think it's one of the best jobs in the world. As always, if you guys want to get some free stocks, I'll put some links down below. And make sure to sign up for Hustle Club, my free newsletter teaching you how to become a better entrepreneur in 30 minutes or less per week. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. I make a ton of videos about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.